Hey everybody, it's the Bald Man once again, and today we are going to be talking about labor force participation as well as the unemployment rate. You can see I have both of the formulas down here. The formulas for finding the labor force participation rate is the number of people in the labor force over the entire population times 100. And when we're looking for the unemployment rate, it's going to be the number of unemployed over the labor force. Now, while we're talking about unemployment, let's talk about the three major kinds of unemployment before we get into the calculations, right? This is something we need to be aware of, so please bear with me. The first type of unemployment is frictional unemployment. Then we have, by the way, frictional unemployment is you're unemployed by choice. You quit your job for whatever reason. You're looking, right, or you already have one, but it's lined up, but it's not going to be open for a little bit. You're still frictionally unemployed, followed by structural unemployment. And structural unemployment basically means there's been a change in the economy. The factories are gone. Maybe there's a change in technology, and your skills as a VCR repairman are no longer needed. So those are two examples of unemployment. By the way, guys, these are the only types of unemployment that are unavoidable. If we add them up, we should get 5% unemployment, which is our natural rate of unemployment. And last but not least, the third type of unemployment is called cyclical. The only time we will have cyclical unemployment is if we're in a recession, right? Unemployment is going to be above 5%. We do not like that. How do we get it below, back to 5%? Well, easy. We get out of the recession and we start expanding our economy again. All right, so again, frictional plus structural will give us our natural rate of unemployment. Anything above 5% is going to be cyclical, which we can end by getting out of the recession. All right, so let's put our formulas to use. So here we have a table with information. Now, let's find the unemployment rate for this country. What numbers do we need to add up together? Well, the formula tells me we need the number of unemployed over the labor force, right? So how many people are unemployed here? We have 10,000, 5,000, 5,000. That's going to give me 20,000 people that are unemployed. Now, what about my labor force? It says 180 are employed, but if I put 180 here, guys, 180,000, I'm sorry. If I put 180,000 here, I would be incorrect because that's just the number of people that are employed. It doesn't tell me the people that are in the labor force, but still looking for work. And for that, we have to add our unemployed people. So that needs to be 20,000 over 200,000 times 100, and that should give us 0.10, and this should turn into 100 once we multiply it times 100. What about our labor force participation rate? All right, again, the formula for that is the labor force over the entire population. We established that our labor force is 20,000 strong, so it's going to be 20,000 over the entire population. There's 100,000 people that are not in the labor force. It's going to be 200,000 over 300,000 times 100, and that will give us our labor force participation rate. So let's find out what it is, right? So it's going to be 200,000 divided by 300,000 times 100, and that's going to give me 66.7%. 66.7%. And over here, I'm sorry, I think, why did I write 100 up here? Okay, it's not 100, guys. It is going to be 10%. 10% is our unemployment rate, and our labor force participation rate is 66.7%. If you guys have any questions about how we calculate our unemployment rate or labor force participation rate, don't be afraid to ask.